The purple figure to the left is the head box of the paper machine. This is where the fibers start their journey through the paper machine. They are free to move about because they are diluted to about a 0.5 consistency and have nothing but water to go between them.
Favorite part is him falling out unnecessarily.
The nozzle coming off the head box is called the slice, which sprays the fibers onto the gold-colored forming board. As the fibers weave through the slice, they can be displaced by screws or whitewater actuators that will cause the fibers to take a different direction so that they can be more evenly distributed over the wire. When the fibers go to the forming board, they have a more soft landing and have a more even distribution across the forming wire, which causes for a more uniform sheet.
After leaving the slice, the fibers travel across this pink section of table rolls and hydrofoils, where they experience something called microturbulence. Microturbulence causes the fibers to bounce and sling around, which helps them evenly distribute across the foil.
About time! About time!
The microturbulence here is demonstrated by the irregular patterns of the fibers sliding down the wire.
About time!
These irregularities help orient the fibers to make a better sheet.
This dark green section is the beginning of the vacuum section. The boxes are called suction foils, and the more rectangular ones are called flat boxes. In this area, the vacuums begin sucking water out of the fiber slurry, and the removal of this water brings the fibers close together and let them join together to begin forming paper. As you can see here, the fibers haven't completely joined together to form paper, but they are beginning to form small bonds with each other.
Before the dandy roll, which can help remove extra water and can imprint a watermark, which will later appear on the sheet, there appears a wet dry line along the flat boxes. This line helps indicate whether or not the sheet is forming in a uniform fashion.
Cool. This new move.
The golden roll that appears here is called the cooped roll. This is where the sheet cooches off of the wire onto the first section of the press section. At this point, the sheet is very fragile, but it can stand on its own as the first time that it is a real sheet of paper.
The next step of our fibers journey is the press section, which we have here in these yellow and green cylinders. The wet end, or the yellow cylinders, mainly remove water, but the dry end, which is green, presses the fibers together to form web consolidation.
Press, press, press. Ka-ching. Press, press, press. Press, press, press. Press, press, press. Ka-ching. This is the press session. It's press session. Press, press, press. Press, press, press.
After the press section, the paper has to be dried by other means. With the drying cylinders, it is dried through steam. It weaves in and out of these cylinders like a snake or as a roller coaster would do, and is heated by steam that comes out of the cylinders and is ventilated through the pocket ventilation.
They're gonna send us to see psychiatrist.
The fibers wind up and down along the cylinders so that they are evenly heated by the steam and there is an even distribution amongst the fibers of the drying. The fibers are now dry and ready to go on to the last stages of the paper.
This new move.
Shown here in the blue and purple rolls is the calendaring stack. The calendaring stack helps smooth out the hills and valleys of the sheet before it heads towards the reel. The top 3 rolls are plain rolls, and they are indicated by the blue rolls. The purple rolls, however, are the queen and king stacks.
These 2 white boxes are the infrared scanner. This is where the finished sheet is scanned to make sure everything is lined up right before the reel, and that the sheet meets all the desired criteria for the consumer. Now the fiber has reached the end of its journey, the reel, which we have here in this dark green cylinder. This is where the completed sheet gets rolled up after going through the scanner and is ready to be sold to customers.